In the new film Running on Empty, River Phoenix plays a 17-year-old with some very special problems, and Martha Plimpton plays the girl he loves. And good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
The studio will be very pleased with Jane that she didn't right off the top call this a 60s movie. In fact, you play an 80s teenager with 60s parents. You've been in the movie running your whole life since you were 2 years old from the law. You're going to have to explain that circumstance.
Well, it all started with two people's convictions and their beliefs and how they wanted to act upon those. And I guess they later find that it affects, more than just them. And the kids are somewhat imprisoned by their act, and they're living underground for, a few years now. And
many years, I guess about 15 years, your parents bombed a napalm factory, as the story goes, and a janitor was maimed in the explosion, and now they're running from the feds. Meaning every couple years or faster than that, you have to spontaneously uproot yourself, take on new identities, and start again.
Sometimes it's, every other month or so. I mean, it's something that is very spontaneous.
Yet this is a very tight family. Explain to me why a 17-year-old in this circumstance doesn't hate his parents for doing this to him.
Well, he doesn't hate him because they've been very honest about their reasons for doing so. And, I mean, there is definitely some bitterness that's inside that he does not release because it would cause too much friction, amongst the family members, and it's the last thing they need. But I don't think he hates them all that much. I think he understands, but
I don't think he hates them either. I didn't see it. Martha Plimpton, however, you play a girl with perfect parents. Dad's this terrific music teacher at the school and live in that great house, and you are just the epitome of the ungrateful teenage daughter.
Yeah, it could be perceived that way, I suppose.
You're not a bad girl. I mean,
no.
You're a nice girl. You're just kind of a tough teenager to live with.
Yeah, I guess the main motivation behind her bitterness towards her parents and why she seemingly treats them so badly is because of their complete lack of motivation towards any sort of passionate lifestyle, towards any convictions of any kind, and she's maturing very quickly and growing out of that very sheltered way of life.
So you feel, your character feels a little trapped too by this circumstance. Why don't we play a clip now from Running on Empty, if we could, and then we'll talk about some real life.
My name isn't Michael. It's Danny. My parents are Arthur and Annie Pope. They're in trouble with the FBI for blowing up a napalm laboratory in 1971. There was a man who was almost killed, a janitor who wasn't supposed to be there. We put Sam on the birthday cakes, on all the birthday cakes, because we change our names every time we move. I've been doing this since I was 2. And I wanted to tell you why I couldn't be with you. Not without your knowing. I didn't want to lie to you. Now, I have no right in telling this to you. It's dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for them. I'm sorry, I just couldn't stop myself.
River Phoenix, you came by an unusual name because your parents were, as I've understood it, flower children from the 60s, not political activists. And I've always avoided talking to you about it because it was almost a cliche. But here you've got this movie where suddenly your unconventional upbringing might have some real relevance. Did you bring something to this movie that an average young actor would not have in real life?
Well, in my family, throughout the years, we've been moving frequently, whether it be for financial reasons or for different movies that we were working on. So I've been very used to that spontaneous, let's pick it up and move on kind of thing, and I guess I could relate with Danny in that way. And in a way too, going from character to character and changing names and roles, it's kind of similar. to the way Danny has to change himself when he goes from town to town.
Fascinating story there. And you, daughter of Keith Carradine, comes from a several generation acting family. Is this, you consider yourself a newcomer to acting?
Well, yeah. In a way, I suppose I do. I consider myself a newcomer to basically everything at this point. So acting, I guess, is in there. You know, I'm not a veteran, and I certainly don't have a lifetime experience. I'm brand new. I'm 17.
Well, not a bad way to start. She is doing okay. River Phoenix, good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
And Martha Plimpton will be seeing more of you, I should think.
Thanks.